Brynhandar Pawb. I thought that I would do an assembly for you during these times when we're staying at home, and I thought that the theme for our first assembly should be hope. I'm going to read you a story from a really amazing book that I've discovered. It's called The Book of Hopes. It's by a lady called Catherine Rundell, who has got together with lots of different authors and illustrators to ask them to write poems, stories and draw illustrations for children and parents during lockdown. And it's available free for you all to download, so I will send you the link at some point. I know how much you all enjoy the Hay Festival, and one of the lovely authors who comes to the Hay Festival quite regularly is Michael Morpurgo. So I thought I would read you Michael Morpurgo's Song of Gladness, which features, quite interestingly, a little blackbird. So I'm going to read you Michael Morpurgo's Song of Gladness. I've been talking every morning to Blackbird, telling him why we're all so sad at the moment. He sits on his branch and listens. It was Blackbird's idea. He sang out this morning at dawn from his treetop in the garden to Fox, who was half asleep behind the garden shed. She thought it was a good idea too. It was a wake-up call. Fox was on her feet at once and trotting through Bluebell Wood, where she barked it to deer, who ran off across the stream. Kingfisher was there, otter and dipper too. They heard and piped it on, and Swallow swooped down over the meadow and passed it on to the cows, waiting to go into their milking, and to Sheep resting quietly under the hedge with her lambs in the corner of a dew-damp field. And they all agreed, bleating it out to bees already busy at their flowers, to weaving spiders and grasshoppers and scurrying mice. Trees heard sheep calling too, the whole flock of them, and waved their budding leaves in wild enthusiasm, and high above, the clouds wandered through the skies, driven by wind, and wind took Blackbird's idea over the cliffs, across heaving seas, where gulls and albatross cried it out, and whales and dolphins and porpoises heard it, and wailed and whooped it down into the deep, where turtles listened, and they too loved the idea. So did plankton, and every fish and crab and sea urchin and whelk. They all whispered that it was a fine notion, the best they had ever heard. And the whisper went over the sea, on the curling waves, to the shores of Africa, where lions roared their approval, and elephants trumpeted it. Leopards yawned it, water buffalo belched it, and wild dogs yelped it. Wildebeest murdered it out across the savannah, and storm lifted the idea up over rainforests, where rain took it and poured it down on gorillas in the mist, on chimpanzees in their sleeping nests. Howler monkeys and gibbons echoed their calls loud over all the earth. They are that loud. And then from far up high, Sun heard it too, and shone it down over deserts where Oryx stamped her foot impatient to be getting on with it and doing it. She loved the idea that much. Even Camel, who rarely joined in anything, thought this was the best and most beautiful idea he had ever heard. Back in the garden, Blackbird waited till everyone was ready, and then he began to sing. And the whole carnival of animals, every living thing on this good earth joined in, until the globe echoed with the joy of it. And Blackbird was very pleased. But I was still lost in sadness as I heard the earth singing around me. It was a song of forgiveness. I knew that, so I asked Blackbird if I could join in, and he sang his answer back to me. Why do you think we are doing this, you silly man? We want you and yours to be happy again. Only then will you treat us and the world right again, as you know you should. Only then will all be well. Sing, silly man, sing, sing. Our song is your song. Your song is our song. So I sang. We all sang away our sadness. In every house and flat and cottage, we clapped and sang. In every hut and tent, in every palace and hospital and prison. And they heard, and we heard our song of gladness echoing all together in glorious harmony across the universe. And I think that's a really lovely story, The Song of Gladness by Michael Morpurgo. It talks just as much about our community and where we live and how important it is for all of us to clap for our carers every Thursday night at 8 o'clock, for those NHS staff and all those key workers who are doing such an amazing job. So I would like you all to join in with me and say the Lord's Prayer all together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. And before I go for this week, I just wanted to say well done to all of you for all your amazing work that you've been loading up on Teams, for all of the teachers, for the lovely videos, pictures, and excellent work that you've all been doing. You've all worked really, really hard. And all I want to say to you all now is stay safe, take care, look after each other, be good for mums and dads and everyone who's looking after you. And we are all missing you at Clyro School, and we hope that we'll all be together soon, and we will see you all very soon. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Miss you loads. Bye.